It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi, when you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by Les Championnats U-Sport, une présentation de Fox 40, title partner of the U-Sports Coach of the Year Awards, fier partenaire des prix des entraîneurs de l'année U-Sport, Veriburn Medical Supply, exclusive sports medicine and medical supply partner of U-Sports, le partenaire exclusif de U-Sport en matière de médecine sportive et des fournitures médicales, Nike Team, exclusive performance apparel provider, Just Do It, fier partenaire de U-Sport, faites-le. Baron, exclusive championship rings and recognition jewelry provider to U-Sports, le fournisseur officiel des bagues et bijoux commémoratifs des championnats U-Sport. Sport Canada, funding partners of U-Sports. Sport Canada, partenaire financier de U-Sport. This U-Sports Championship on CBC is presented by Sport Canada, funding partners of U-Sports. Ce reportage est une présentation de Sport Canada, partenaire financier de U-Sport. This U Sports Championship on CBC is presented by Sport Canada, funding partners of U Sports. Ce reportage est une présentation de Sport Canada, partenaire financier de U Sport. This U Sports Championship on CBC is presented by Sport Canada, funding partners of U Sports. Ce reportage est une présentation de Sport Canada, partenaire financier de U Sport.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen from around the world watching live on CBC. U Sports Rugby action coming to you from Centennial Stadium at University of Laval. My name is Chris Blackman, and I'm joined by my good buddy Keith Lumpy, and we're joined by Julia Greenshields, who's helping us out. First up, we've got the commentary in the box. DJ Orr on red on the left, and the Guelph Gryphons are in company black on the right. The game will kick off momentarily, and we will get ourselves organized and do our best to help you understand what's happening.
You have to turn the camera on.
Kendra Kusino with a long deep kickoff. Good catch by the Laval player. Field's pretty wet. The rain has stopped, but it's going to be a slippery ball out there, Chris.
UGR looking to take the ball up. Deep pass back behind their 22. French kick, Guelph. Gathering, a little awkward at the back. UGR up in the defense, looking to counter. Gryphons have recovered nicely from that, but look to stabilize. Referee indicating the penalty. Guelph Gryphons going off their feet. UGR with the first opportunity for a clearance, or are they considering going for goal? Looks like they're looking down the touch line. Hoping to put this in behind the 22 for the Gryphons. Almost got that far. UGR with the foot in at the line.
First line out coming up. LePage Tremblay about to throw it in for Rouge. Shorten line out. 5 players, 6 players. Looks like there's 2 in the backs. Middle jumper, clean take. Counter-rucking by Guelph. They've got possession.
Offside against Rouge. Quick tap and goal from Guelph.
Referee indicating that the quick tap was not taken from where he had signaled it, so bringing it back. They're obviously going to take the time now, bringing up the kicker. Going to kick it down the touchline.
Some intense early moments in this first semi-final championship game as we get our 2 games here inside the stadium underway.
Nice kick there by the Guelph team. Taylor McKnight just getting ready for her first throw of the game. Again, shortened line out by the Guelph team. You can see a pod in the backs. Shortened line out.
Short throw at the front, traveling 5 meters and you see go, and the Gryphons are into their offensive attack mode.
Gryphons have it. Straight to the first pod. Again, a little slip there, so the field is slippy. Not a great pass. Pressure is easily applied by Laval. Knock on by Guelph. First scrum of the game, Chris. Let's see how the packs weigh up against each other. A little hard to see from where we are the size of the packs. See who's got their. See who has the cleats that are cleaned and are able to apply some pressure in this first scrum of the game.
The rain has definitely stopped, but it's been raining non-stop for several days. So.
Attacking scrum here for Laval. Number 8 is looking. I saw her have a quick look to the blind side. Is she going to pick and go? No, it's going out to the backs. Centre taking it up. Nice loop pass, trying to free up the left winger. Oh, she's through. Needs to take that tackle.
I think that was number 14, Laura Gay.
Referee is playing an advantage. He's decided that there was no significant advantage. Can't quite see the call there.
I think it was Guelph coming in from the side. They weren't in an onside position. That's sort of that momentum with the arms there.
You got better eyesight than me, Chris.
Not for those jersey numbers, Keith.
Interesting. Here we go. Interesting. So within kickable range, it's obviously a semi-final. The winner of this game today will be playing for the gold medal on Sunday, and so every point counts. We've seen that in a couple of games earlier on in the week. So Laval have opted for a 3-point opportunity conversion, literally within 4.5 minutes of the game. Great opportunity just to put some points on the board and settle the nerves, Chris.
I think that's number 12, Audrey Champagne, that is kicking the convert here, if my binoculars are good.
She's getting focused. She's going through her routine. Big breath. She's eyeing it go through the post, and here she goes. She had the height. Yes. So, Laval, Rouge d'Or.
Rouge d'Or, Laval University up 3-0, 5 minutes into the game. We'll have a work on the scoreboard. I'm sure our team of scoreboard controllers will make the adjustment there, Julie.
3 points for a penalty kick, not 4, so that's going to get corrected. Guelph to restart.
Pushing it down the far sideline. That's a nice kick. Went all the way to the sidelines. Rouge bringing the ball up.
Just to get the scoreboard corrected, it looks like we have Guelph with 3 and Laval with 0. It's the other way around. Now we've corrected it. Just working out a couple of little kinks here to start off with, but we're going to have a great evening of rugby. Kick through, Chris.
Guelph scampering back. They want to turn this into a solid platform to drive from. They've committed heavily to that breakdown, and Rouge have stolen the ball.
Nice take there. Nice take.
Slow ball coming out. Defense will get themselves aligned.
Strong running. I like the pace of which the Laval team are playing this game already.
Great offload to the winger.
Yes,
she's got space.
She's away.
Can the cover fullback get there? No.
And she's trying to go close to the posts. Yeah, nice try. Well, Laval on day one, beat Acadia 68 points to 0. They're maintaining a strong presence from the get-go again. They've now got another 5 points, so it's 8 points to 0 for Laval. Guelph, who had that very last-minute comeback win against UBC, 26 points to 25 on Wednesday. Maybe just a little bit rattled here to start off with. 1 penalty kick and now 1 try. What do you think, Chris? If I was the Guelph team or the Guelph coach, what do you think he'd be sharing with them?
Well, that's not the start you wanted for sure, and I think that was number 14, Laura Gade, on the far side with the try. And that'll be something that the Guelph Gryphons will want to keep their mind to. Obviously, they're going to want to settle in. Difficult to play your second game at 5 o'clock in the stadium. Our viewers should know that all the games on day one were played at Wallace Field, which is across the road. We're inside the Commonwealth Stadium here at the University of Victoria that was used in 1994. Great covered stands for seating for about 3,000 people and the track around the field.
Wow.
But a very different environment to day one games.
And a successful conversion. So 10 points now to Laval. We're 7.5 minutes into the game. Laval have had 2 scoring opportunities, converted try and a penalty.
Just before we have the restart, I'll quickly let everybody know that our referee tonight is Mr. Peter Pender, and our assistant referees are Selena McGuinness and Cole Pedrick. Thank you very much to that team of 3 and their support staff, numbers 5 and 6, who are helping out this game on smoothly.
Far assistant referee just indicating that ball went out on the full.
So we'll bring it back to center, and we'll have a scrum. Both these teams are coming off wins on day one. Nice momentum to have, but that can all change in the first few minutes, as we've seen in the opening 10 minutes of this game. Guelph are going to have to get themselves reorganized, and Laval's going to want to continue to build on the confidence they have with their scoreboard as it is.
There's a lot of room on this side here.
Chip and chase with the fullback on the far side of the field, and the near side wing to get there. Guelph Gryphons scampering back. Usually your player lets you get to her feet. The Gryphons are there in support. They've secured the ruck.
Gryphons have managed to hold on to it. They just want to get it a bit better position here for a kick, I believe.
Yeah, very short in-goal area here in the stadium. Less than
probably only 5 meters. Can you hear me, Keith?
No.
No.
Just keep talking.
All right.
All right, here we go as we get some adjustments up here in the booth.
Laval line out.
That was definitely a pressure kick by Guelph, trying to get it out of their red zone, but of course it's back into Laval's hands, and they have a real opportunity here to score another try.
Full line out. Stutter jump at the front, gone to the middle jumper, forming the driving maul. Dragging in all those Guelph Gryphons players. There's the advantage for the collapsed maul. Referee's going to let them play on. Laval have reformed that driving maul, 10 meters out. Slow and steady wins the race here. Referee will be asking them to use it quickly if it stalls. There's the indication.
There's number 2. Laval have broken through.
Very close to the try line now. Referee's going to be working hard to get in a position to see this. That's short. Ball's coming back.
Right there. Good defense by Guelph. Third try. Third time. No. Fourth time. Good little gap there. Really reminiscent of what we saw at the national team down in New Zealand have been doing. Driving off from the line out. Work it hard and score in. Absolutely.
That's what I'll be looking forward to watching that game later tonight as our Canadian national women's team take on England in the World Cup semifinal, live from Auckland, New Zealand.
And for those who don't know, that's at 8:30 Pacific time this evening. Semi-final, Canada versus England. So, Julia, looks like we now have 15 points.
And Audrey has another opportunity to add more points to the scoreboard here. Guelph did a really great job maintaining the defensive wall, but Laval was obviously too powerful and broke through on their fourth attempt. Set it down. Let's see what Audrey has.
I'm really impressed with the speed that the Laval team are playing this game right now. They're hitting the ball at pace. They're not letting any ruck become stagnant. They're pushing through. I think they've really put Guelph on the back foot with simply the pace of the play to start off with. Just pulled it in front.
So going to our first promo for the night. The beautiful game is in action next weekend with the U Sports Men's Soccer Championship, presented by RBC from Thompson Rivers University in Kamloops, British Columbia. Only on CBC Gem and cbcsports.ca.
Restart again by Guelph. Got to settle the team down here if I was the Guelph coach on the sideline. Looks like the crowd are trying to get behind them, their supporters. I can hear "Go Guelph Go" being chanted. So deep kick. Laval kicked it back in return. It's now a line out on the 10 in the Laval half on the 10-meter line for Guelph. Let's see if they can secure some ball from the line out and actually do something with their backs. You can see the pod setting up just off the fly half right now for the Guelph team. They brought their fullback into line too, and it looks like their right winger is pulled over. However, Laval won it against the head.
Deep inside their 22, they're going to scramble to recover this. Forwards have secured ball. They're going to look to run it from inside their 22, at least for a little bit. Clearance kick coming.
Kept it in play. Nope, out. Okay. Line out. Guelph still in relatively good attacking position. We're probably on about 30 meters from the try line. You can see the Guelph team again are setting up with their backs. There looks like to be two forwards hanging off the shoulders of the fly half, so expect something to happen there. Guelph did indeed now win and secure this ball, unlike the last line out. They've kept it as a maul, rolling maul. They've broken away. Down into a ruck, looking for some quick ball. Bring it back into the forwards. Referees making sure the Laval team are kept behind the back foot and kept onside. I could see him talking to the Laval team then.
Laval are doing a good job of not committing too many players to the breakdown. They're spreading out in defense. Guelph moving it down the far side of the field. Now they're coming back to the wide side, hitting up the forwards.
Big strong drive there.
I think that was number 1, Brianna Marty from Guelph.
Laval have really shown that they can defend. Just from our advantage point up here, Chris and Julia, we can see how well they are spacing themselves out across the field, not committing too many people to the ruck. However, they've obviously gone offside. The referee has indicated a penalty, so advantage to Guelph right now. They have a free one. Can they use it?
Referee's letting this advantage play out. We're inside the 22, so he's looking to see if Guelph can score the try.
Ooh, big contact there.
No, we're going to bring it back. There's the whistle. There's the indication. Rougier dropping back 10 right away.
Really impressed right here, just how quick that Laval team are getting back the 10. That's probably the fastest we've seen out of all the teams so far. So a well-drilled team. And it looks like
Guelph have chosen to see if they can crack the goose egg and put 3 points on the board.
Good choice. You know, it'll settle the team down, give the team an opportunity to walk away with some points from that pressure that they've had. Again, with 16 minutes into the game. And now maybe an opportunity to talk about our next promo. The best of women's university soccer is on display next weekend at the U Sports Women's Soccer Championship presented by Ocean Group from Laval University in Quebec City, only on cbcsports.ca and the CBC GEM organization. Just taking the time. Nice strike. Yep.
Flags are up. That's a good kick.
You know what? That'll settle the Guelph, the nerves of the Guelph team, I think.
No.
Yeah, it's great for Guelph to finally get some points on the board, and let's see what they can do receiving this kickoff.
Looks like it's going to go deep left. The Guelph player caught it. Great catch considering the weather. Going down the blind side. Maintaining possession. Again, forwards pod. Nice breakthrough. Getting some momentum here. Looking for some quick ball. There's again. Now that player is isolated. Hopefully somebody is with her. Referee has...
We're taking it back for the earlier infraction. He's
Okay.
playing advantage, so the penalty awarded to the Guelph Gryphons. Didn't catch the penalty signal.
Rouge just dropping back the 10 meters because the Gryphons are indeed going to run it. Nice strong run there. Again, strong running, looking for quick recycling. Not actually tying up too many of the Laval players right now. I'm not too sure that tactic is working.
Bobbled ball by the Gryphons. They're going to have to reset again from here. They've gone backwards.
Good tempo so far.
And the Rouge or leaving their feet. The referee may be deciding to have a word with the captain.
I think you're right. We saw that in the last game, Chris, where the referee is going to have an opportunity to speak to the captain about some of the what he would consider blatant fouling, and wants to ask the captain of the Laval team to have a word with the players and stamp that out, and he wants to stamp his authority on the game right now.
Yeah. Captain Laurent Chabot for Rouge or would have listened politely and quickly gotten on with the rest of the game.
I noticed when she turned around to the players, she didn't really talk to him much, so everybody knows what's going on. The players at this level, they know that they stepped offside there, and that's probably the first of maybe 2 or 3 warnings before there's a yellow card coming towards one of them. So nothing wrong with pushing the referee and testing the referee at this level. That's what they're trying to do, just see where the boundaries are for this game.
All right, we've seen this picture before. Guelph has another line out, but lost.
Referee playing advantage for a Guelph knock-on.
That's a lost opportunity for Guelph. Laval leading 15-3.
While we're waiting here, Chris, I'll just talk about the next promo. Be aware of the risks and keep doing the things that you love. Talk to your healthcare provider about meningitis B and learn more about at menbaward.ca.
Laval scrum.
Good drive there by Guelph.
Good pressure by Guelph.
Little scrappy here.
Knock on from Rouge. Guelph are going to get another shot at a scrum. Maybe they found a little crack in the armor and they can exert some pressure at the scrum.
Attacking opportunity for Guelph.
Scrum half Natalie Armitage putting in the ball. Her opposite number, Corinne Frechette. We're looking to put some pressure on her at the base of the scrum.
The backs have split evenly, so lots of options still available.
Emily Clark picking up at the back of that Guelph scrum. She's beaten 2 tackles. She's down to deck. There's the recycled ball coming out to the short side of the field.
Referee playing advantage.
Pick and go from the Guelph Gryphons. They don't want to slow this down. Hard counter ruck from Rouge.
Looks like a player's through.
Yeah. Rouge or Guelph with a big run inside the 10-meter line. Here come the trailing forwards.
6 or 7 meters to the try line. Guelph want to come away with something from this pressure.
Small pot of forwards looking to secure the ball.
I
now
see
they're going to move it down the back line.
I see some numbers out wide if they can get the ball out there. Looks like there's a two-person overlap to the right. If it's alleviated now, but it was there. Guelph going sideways.
Very shallow back line. They're not looking to spin this ball wide. Back down the narrow side of the field they come.
Good tackling, good defense by Laval. Holding it.
Once more down the narrow side. They're running out of room.
There's a couple of players with some hands on hips. This has been a intense 5 or 6 minutes. Penalty advantage.
And there's the penalty advantage. Lucky as they just knocked the ball on. Referee bringing it back, not rolling away. Rouge.
This is an opportunity for Guelph to catch the rest. Oh, they're going fast.
Yeah.
I love that momentum.
Recycling the ball well. That was awkward going into that tackle. You need a lower body position than that. Scramble forward from Guelph. They're within 3 meters of the try line now.
It's on wide.
Almost running into her own players. Referee's having a good look at things, communicating directly into that breakdown, that pile of bodies.
If Guelph, it's too late. Guelph had an opportunity to bring it on the blind side, but Laval
has
leveled up.
Well-organized defense. The ball's been dropped. Knock on from the Gryphons. While we see a break in the action, CBC TV is your home for the 2022 Canada Life Vanier Cup from London, Ontario. Catch the best in university football action Saturday, November 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBC TV, CBC Gem, and cbcsports.ca.
Julia, we now see a scrum for Laval, defensive scrum. What are your thoughts what the play is going to be?
They've been successful with their scrums in the past. However, we've also seen pressure from Guelph number 9. So in this red zone, I'm sure Laval will be eager to kick it out. However, if Guelph continues with the pressure momentum, we could see a tackle on the scrum half.
Very short in-goal area, probably only 4 meters. They are not going to be passing this back to a 10. Pick and go from the number 8 position. Big run out 10, 15 meters. Now there's space in the back. There's the well-executed clearance kick. Guelph unfortunately letting it bounce. It's now into their half, and there's the Laval defense up to put the pressure on.
She's got some pace. She's running around the outside.
Really great fending as well.
Handing off, yeah.
Number 13, Katie Hay for the Guelph Gryphons making that run. Solid tackle from the Rouge again.
Nice fast play, good recycling. Bringing to a couple of the forwards. Looks like there's another pod getting set up. This Laval team are ready for this though. They can defend against it. There's a player down. off away from the play right now, so
Play will continue. The medics are heading out. It's a Gryphons player that's on her back. The referee will allow play to continue, but if the course of play takes back towards the injured player, he will, of course, defer to the safety and health of the athletes and will stop play. Guelph continues to pound it up the short side using their forward pack and small trailing pods. Guelph player is back on her feet, looks to be rejoining play. I think that was their big number 5.
There's another Guelph player down right now. Yeah. Got to hand it to Laval there. They're able to take this pressure from Guelph. They're able to continue to put in the tackles and really force an error by the Guelph team.
This is approaching the 28-minute mark of the first half in your U Sports Championship semifinal. Play hasn't proceeded into the red zone areas much. But Laval is ahead with 3 tries, and Guelph have the penalty kick, 15-3.
Laval have moved their right wing over into the back line, so all the backs are to the left. Here comes the play. The left winger is running around. There's a switch play coming in here. Past the gain line, good play, quick recycle, still using it.
Now they've straightened it up.
Oh, that looked a little forward, yeah. Referee saw it too.
And then it was knocked out, so we come back to the first infraction, which is the throw forward, which will award the scrum to the Gryphons.
You know what, Julia and Chris, is really neat to see here. We're obviously only 28 minutes into the game. However, the Laval team for sure have come to play. They're spinning the ball wide. It's a wet day. The field is wet, but they want to spin it wide. They want to have some open, expansive rugby, which is great to see.
Absolutely. I love watching those kinds of games. And you're right, Laval had numbers out there. If they execute those skills, I'm confident they'll be able to see the try line.
Scrum for Guelph. That's a right winger coming through. Made the gain line. Nice quick. We're on again. Guelph just not quite able yet to make it over the gain line. Laval are defending very, very well. Just look at that red line from Laval. They're well drilled here. It's going to be tough to break through that. Guelph giving it their best. Another pod getting ready here. Penalty advantage to the Guelph team. So they have a free one. Now be time to spin it wide because you've got that free one, or a kick through or kick behind the opposition player. Yep.
Referee's bringing us back.
Guelph's gotten really lucky with these calls, having another opportunity after making a mistake.
And they're looking to kick for points. They've been battering away at that defensive wall that the Rouge put up, and I think they'll be happy to come away with another 3 points and reset and see if they can do it again and again and again.
Very similar position to the last kick. Good open, expansive game so far. With 30 minutes in, this has been some entertaining rugby. First of the semi-finals. Again, the winner of this team will be going through to the final on Sunday.
Number 10, Kendra Kusino, lining up this kick.
Just going through her mind drill. Not quite the stroke she was looking for, didn't quite make.
That ball is still in play. Rougeor are going to clear their lines and see if the Guelph winger on the far side can pick it up and make something of this. Great cover tackle from that far winger. I think that's 14 Laura Gay, the try scorer from earlier in the game.
Guelph bring it back through the forwards again.
Sloppy hands in the backs. They're going to have to regroup, and they've gone backwards 10 yards.
Different strategy now. Box kick. However, the Laval player was ready for it. Good
Laura
catch.
Gay with wheels down the far side.
Yeah.
The offside penalty. Tough to interpret the referee's call from this angle, unfortunately. Penalty awarded to the Rougeor. And they'll kick for touch and take the line out.
Good strong kick. Line out will be to Laval again, because it was their penalty.
We're into the last few minutes of play in this first half. Rougeor will want to finish out strong and keep the ball down at this end. The Gryphons will be looking to take an opportunity.
That play was not taken down. She's allowed to go forward another 5 or 10 meters. Referee signaled a penalty for offside against
the Gryphons. Rougeor with a penalty. Interesting option. They could look to secure another 3 points by kicking the penalty, perhaps in range, or look for a touch and a lineout. And the ask has been made by the kicker, and the referee has indicated towards the goalposts, and we will see an attempt for 3 points on the penalty kick.
Good decision there. You know, that's an experienced player making that decision. They're up by 12 points. There's about a minute or two left in this first half. What she wants to do, 12 points obviously is at least 2 converted tries. 14 obviously is 2 converted tries, so they're up by 12. What she wants to do now is put the distance to make it a 3-score gap between them and Guelph. So she wants to extend the lead to 15 points. It's kickable. Looks a little short. Yes, a little short. So Guelph player, good catch, still in play. They're just going to try and get themselves set up so they can allow their fly half or their fullback to kick it in. So we're going to see some forward pressure here for a while.
Laval have brought 4 players deep to in an attempt for a counterattack when this kick comes. So they're preparing for it, and here it comes. Nicely done. That's
nice kick.
Clearly into touch on the track on this near side of the field as the referee takes us to halftime break. Our first half is complete. Rougeor from Laval leading 15-3 over the Gryphons from Guelph, Ontario.
As you indicated, Chris, that's the end of the first half. Coming up in the halftime show, we'll meet some of U Sports athletes who left a mark on the world this fall, as well as unveiling one of the U Sports Rugby Award winners. The halftime score is Laval 15, Guelph 3. You're watching U Sports Women's Rugby Championship on CBC.
Sport Direct, une offre sportive imbattable.
Incroyable ce qu'on vient de voir.
Quel échange en fond de terrain.
Sur la fête devant le tir de but. Touché. L'avantage numérique frappe. Quel main droite. Oh!
Une offre sportive imbattable. Tous nos sports au bout de vos doigts. Abonnez-vous à TVA Sport Direct maintenant sur TVA+.
Well, it represents something that I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. So working hard and now representing our country is a great thing. It's not only representing our country, but representing our schools when we're at the university games. So I take a lot of pride in getting the opportunity to do that. We've done it before, so we've had a little bit of experience, and I'm just looking forward to doing it again.
I think ultimately, you just have to believe in yourself and put in the time. I think that especially Johnny and I, both of us were a couple of late bloomers. We didn't have many university options, but we work a lot harder than everyone else, and we're very focused, and we do the extra things on top of just practicing, whether it's watching video, making sure our bodies are healthy and things like that. So if you really want to do it, it's just listening to people that are giving you advice. There's a lot of older people that are willing to share with you, and then just focusing on yourself and working really hard and just making sure you never give up.
And if I could add anything, I remember when I was younger and I was like, my dream was to represent Canada and play volleyball at the highest level, and I was like contemplating if I'd even be getting onto a varsity sports team at university, and there's a little bit of concern that I wouldn't even get to play. But I think that a big tip would be believing in yourself, that you can do it, and then using everything you can as a resource to get better at what you do. And then opportunities will present themselves even when you don't think they will. If you keep trying and keep working, then you'll get better. I started a business during COVID called 8x8 Beach Apparel, and I sell clothing to try and build courts around Ontario. So I think I'd want to pursue that a little more and see if we could do some bigger projects. And yeah, I want to get more kids playing around Ontario and give the same opportunities that I got coming from a small town. And you can see where I got now, so I hope other kids have the chance to do that.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated, Ontario University Athletics.
TVA Sport Direct, une offre sportive imbattable.
Incroyable ce qu'on vient de voir.
Quel échange en fond de terrain.
Sur la fête devant le tir de but. Touché. L'avantage numérique frappe. Quel main droite. Oh!
Une offre sportive imbattable. Tous nos sports au bout de vos doigts. Abonnez-vous à TVA Sport Direct maintenant sur TVA+.
This season, catch the best in Atlantic University sport excitement at home or on the go with AUS TV. Soccer, rugby, football, volleyball, hockey, basketball, and more. Tune in at AUSTV.ca. All your favorite university teams showcasing their talents in one place. AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliant. They bring it to the court. They bring it to the field. They bring it to the ice. And now they bring it to you. Presented by Subway, the official fuel of Atlantic University sport.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team. This U Sports Championship on CBC is presented by Sport Canada, funding partners of U Sports. Ce reportage est une présentation de Sport Canada, partenaire financier de U Sport. The nominees for the U Sports Women's Rugby Rookie of the Year are, en nomination pour le prix de la recrue de l'année 2022 en rugby féminin, du sport universitaire de l'Atlantique from the AUS, Sierra Wood, Université San Francis Xavier, St. FX University, du réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Mercedes Cole, Université d'Ottawa, University of Ottawa, du sport universitaire de l'Ontario from the OUA, Maddie Donnelly, Université Queen's University, et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne, and from Canada West, Carissa Norston, Université de Victoria, University of Victoria. La lauréate du prix de la recrue de l'année en rugby féminin U-Sport est, the winner of the U-Sports Rookie of the Year in Women's Rugby is, Carissa Norston, Université de Victoria, University of Victoria.
This up. They're going to look to see if their forwards can exert some influence here and then attack through their backs. Keep an eye on the short side. Winger Laura Gay standing here. She's already crossed the line once tonight. Be about a 25-meter sprint if Laval can quickly move the ball to this side.
Good 8-man pick.
Sideways into the middle of the field. Good counter rucking from the Gryphons. Laval have scooped it away, bobbled it onto the ground. I think that might have knocked forward. Gryphons now have possession. Stoppage in play. We're playing under the lights here at Centennial Stadium, which may be new for some of the athletes on the field. It's certainly new for us as commentators. Difficult to see the far side of the field. Bear with us if you are following action here tonight.
Just while we're waiting there, Chris, why don't we give a big shout out to one of the people we have in the commentary box with us. We have Julia Greenshields, currently one of Canada's sevens players, who's been kind enough to come and join us today. So, Julia, thank you very much indeed for supporting rugby and supporting the university championships here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a while since I played 15s, but I can see that these girls are really excited to be in the semifinals. I know that feeling.
Some great talent out there, isn't there?
Absolutely. A lot of speed and some really big hits.
Yeah.
Great cover and great pickup of that ball by the Guelph Gryphons fullback under a lot of pressure, and their forwards have come to support her, hitting it up on the short side.
It's going to be interesting, Chris and Julia, if the Guelph Gryphons are going to try and change any of their gameplay. They're obviously down 15 points to 3. This is a do or die game. I would say that their tactics in the first half didn't really get them to where they wanted to get to. That said, they're down by 15 points to 3. They're not going to be able to win this game with the same type of gameplay. So it'd be interesting if they change it up a little bit here in the second half.
To that end, Keith, we'll have to keep an eye out to see if we see any substitutes on the field. Difficult from our vantage point to catch numbers on all the players, but we'll do our best if we see anybody out there who's in number 16 or above.
The Paige Tremblay throwing it in.
Great take at the top of the line out, at the back of the line out. A tough throw on a night like tonight.
Rolling maul. A little stagnant right now, but they'll get some movement again. There they go. They're moving forward. They've got some referee, so he is indicating that there was a forced collapse of that rolling maul. Yes, there you go. And he is saying penalty to Laval. Again, interesting. Are they going to go for 3 points, or are they going to go for the line? Looks like they're going to punch it down and go for a line out closer to the try line.
I think this early in the half, that's a great call. Coach is showing his support for the forwards. They've won some clean line-out ball, and trust them to create that driving maul and make it look like a national team 15 score. Deep inside the Gryphons half, the Rouge are having a little conference in the middle of the field there to get themselves organized while the referee has a chat with the Guelph players.
I think there's a bit of a one of the players there probably cut above the eye, or maybe a little bit of blood or something around the nose, because a couple of her friends were just helping clear something away from her cheek. So looks like she's ready to go. And LePage Tremblay is about to throw it in.
Middle jumper, clean take.
Nice setup for a maul. Guelph are trying to apply some power and some pressure, but Laval are getting set. They're about 4 meters from the try line. The forwards are circling back.
They've stalled. The referee is going to be asking for it to be used, and there's the indication. And they get the late drive. Are they across and down? Looks like they are. There it is.
Great work by Laval. I love their ritual as they go in for the line out, and they've been so successful thus far. Why not continue to use this?
Exactly.
And look at just how excited they are. They have the momentum. They know it. They're in this game.
Just rewards for the forwards for that hard work. And I'm
That's
sure the backs were equally as excited.
The backs were equally excited, and the forwards were probably exhausted. But
just looking back through some of the comments from the coaches from the Laval team earlier on this week, this is their 5th straight appearance at U Sports Nationals. They made the comment that getting here now is an expectation for their program, and I think we can see certainly that they've got a great program indeed with some of their talent that we're seeing come through.
Convert kick coming from the near side of the field. Not easy. Tired legs. Tricky lighting conditions. Great stroke and curled it in. That's a fantastic convert. That's the icing on the cake for that try. That'll embolden the Rouge from Laval, and it's going to be an uphill struggle for these Guelph Gryphons the rest of the way tonight.
Separation now 19 points because Laval have 22, Guelph have 3, so a minimum of 3 scores is what's required for the Guelph team to get back into the lead. As you indicated, Chris, it's going to be a little bit of an uphill struggle right now. So let's see if Guelph can come back. Still plenty of rugby to go, only 42 minutes in this game. So yeah, 28 minutes still to go.
Just getting confirmation from our support down at field level. That was number 8, Marie-Pierre Fateau for Laval, who crossed the line and scored that try. Shout out to Marie and her teammates. So these, just so our fans at home know, the lighting conditions as they appear on TV certainly make it appear quite bright, but it is a dark evening here at the stadium, and it may be a new experience for these players to be playing under the lights under such conditions. So they're all struggling to find their way through that right now. Clean win from the Gryphons. 8 pick, and she's found a gap. Can she go all the way? She's going to get there, diving for the try line, and she's across. What a fabulous try from close to 35 meters out.
By Emily Clark.
That was a speedy break and a speedy run, and there was commitment to the try line right from the get-go. There was no slowing down, no looking for an offload, no looking for support, and that changes the momentum of the game. What a great way to counter the Rouge or try from just a few minutes ago.
Absolutely wonderful individual talent there. Picked up the ball, had pace, a gap opened up, she took it, and she went through. What was really neat as well, she looked like she was tackled about 2 meters from the line, but she's obviously played the game, and certainly in the wet conditions, because she slid through and just crossed over the try line with the momentum that she had from her run. So great try indeed, great individual try.
Important convert coming up for Guelph. They're trailing by 14 points right now, and trailing by 12 would be a nicer margin. Kicker just getting a chance to reset the ball on the tee. I don't know if the wind knocked it off. I can see the flag blowing down here in the corner, and it appears to be quite windy. So players come through to hold it. Always a little tricky situation if you haven't practiced this. And I can now see that there is quite a breeze blowing at field level. And that's number 12, Lara Jorgensen, holding the ball. Unfortunately, it's drifted wide. Just move on to our promo piece here. The beautiful game is in action next weekend at the U Sports Men's Soccer Championship presented by RBC from Thompson Rivers University in Kamloops, BC. Only on CBC Gem and cbcsports.ca.
Laval with a restart. Deep kick. Let it bounce. Probably not the wisest decision considering the elements, but Guelph have got it back. Strong defense by Laval.
Laval are not committing to these breakdowns. They're keeping their defenders out. They're spreading quickly if they see no opportunity to counter ruck. And the Gryphons are going to run into trouble with numbers if they continue to bash against this wall of red. Bobbled forward from Guelph hands. Laval looking to counterattack down the far side. You can see the wingers and fullbacks flooding the far side of the field.
Just a little slow to come. Laval just getting set up. They're going to go through their routine. There's a pot of forwards ready to go. They're going to set it in, set it up. Yep, here they go again.
Really great hit by Guelph.
Laval creeping forward towards that try line. They've got numbers out here.
Nice offload there.
Looking for the gap. They're down into 10-meter zone.
Probably going to be about the 8th or 9th
Blind
phase
side,
of play.
and they're into the corner.
Yeah. 8th or 9th phase of play there. That was wonderful, wonderful plays by the Laval team. Can you get a number there, Chris, for the try scorer?
I'm working on that, Keith.
The lady with the white headband, is it?
Yeah.
Currently the score, Laval 27, Guelph 8, 47 minutes gone. We're in the second half here.
I think that's number 8. Marie-Pierre Fateau again. Let's just wait till we get confirmation from our sideline helps.
Yes, that is indeed correct.
There we go. Marie Fateau with another try. That's a strong run down the blind side, down the short side.
Great that we have, just for those who are watching from home, we actually have some support down on the field level who can help us out with some of the numbers on the players' back. So we've just been texted that number. So thank you again for that, Alexis. Number 8, second try of the game.
Tough convert from out wide again, as the score reads 27-8 for Laval.
Just pulled it in front of the post. Looks like she had the distance. Good effort. So, 27 points to 8, 48 minutes gone.
Great work by MP Fateau. Just to mention, she is now a 2-time conference MVP. No surprise, she's scored 2 tries already this game.
Guelph to restart. And that ball, did it bounce out or did it go straight out? And we're going back to center. That ball went straight into touch on the full. Laval forwards will be happy to head back to center field and take their chances with the scrum down. As we get set for this scrum, a quick promo piece. The best of women's university soccer is on display next weekend with the U Sports Women's Soccer Championships presented by Ocean Group from Laval University in Quebec City, only on cbcsports.ca and CBC Gem.
Great set piece position here on the field for Laval. They brought their fullback into the line. Now the fullback is actually moving over to the right-hand side. The ball was intended to go right, but looks like the scrum half was tapped by her opposite number.
Knocked forward by Guelph Gryphons. Referees playing advantage. Laval's got a bit of a free one. They're going to look to attack. Awkward pass back. Ball's kicked away. Lands in field. Bounced nicely. Guelph Gryphons back to collect, and we're going to counterattack with a run. Does she have enough support? Yes, and they're back into their rhythm. Guelph forwards running it up hard. Here's the clearance kick from behind the 22. They took it back, so that kick has gone infield.
Great catch there.
Laval's fullback coming up to take that kick, I believe.
Tardif Samson, great catch, sorry. So Laval here just getting set, you can see.
That kick might run too far. No, Gryphons have picked it up. Going to look to clear for touch and a line out. And in the end, Laval has gained about 30 meters. So great territorial kicking play there.
Obviously as well, Chris, some experience showing there from the Laval team. Some of their players, their experienced players, know that they are up by 19 points with only 19 minutes still on the clock. So they don't want to lose this. They don't want to get injured. They want to make sure that the pressure is kept on the Guelph team in the Guelph half. So you know what, the forwards have had a strong game so far. Just keep the ball down there and keep the pressure on in the Guelph half, and that's what they're doing right now.
Laval looking to go short at the lineout. Jumpers coming forward. Well taken, clean ball. They formed their maul, getting into their rhythm and pattern and driving. Guelph Gryphons players falling off that. Spun that around, driving the opposite way. Now they're going to release the ball down the blind side.
Laval really worked that rolling maul very well.
Pot of forwards crashing through. They're inside the Gryphons 22, and they've turned the ball over. Nicely stolen by the Gryphons. Laval scampering to get back on defense. Their fullback charging back to cover in case there's a counter kick.
Looks like it may have gone the other way now. Nope, still Guelph ball. Just a little hard to see at the other end of the field here for us commentators without some binoculars.
Penalty against Laval for not rolling away. Gryphons take the quick tap and go. Setting up their ruck. Laval coming in and counter-rucking. Referee's going to let that play on. Gryphons come back in to counter the counter. There's the knock-on from the Gryphons indicated. Advantage to Laval. And we'll see a scrum. Scrappy play on the far side of the field, Keith.
Absolutely, Chris. I'll hand it over to Julia.
Yeah, with 17 minutes left in the game, this is not what Guelph wants. The pressure is on from Laval, and Guelph is feeling it. Guelph has to decrease the mistakes and start executing simple skills. Go forward is a great game plan, but we got to be there to ruck, and we got to secure the ball.
I think you'll see Guelph starting to throw caution to the wind pretty soon. So good position for Laval here. Scrum in the Guelph half. Looks like about on the 10-meter line.
I think this is where those backs for Laval are looking at all that width of field. Awkward pass. They're going to have to make it up as they go here. Great tackle from the Gryphons. They're over top of it. Counter ruck by Laval. Going to look to set this up, settle things down, and create some more space, and they've done that.
That play came at pace.
Great run, knocked it forward. That'll give me a quick opportunity for another one of our promo pieces, Keith. Be aware of the risks and keep doing the things that you love. Talk to your healthcare provider about meningitis B and learn more at menbeaware.ca.
Referee, I believe it just stopped the clock, allowing the front row of the Guelph player to tie her cleats, tie her laces up. Has restarted the clock, so there will be a little bit of extra time added on, because I believe the scoreboard clock was kept on ticking. Crouch, bind, set.
There's the penalty awarded against Laval. Laval driving in at an angle. Referee wasn't happy with that. Gryphons, away they go. Hard running at pace from their backs and forwards.
Second pod into it.
Quick recycled ball is what they want, and they've got it.
Third pod, here we go.
Coming back in towards that breakdown spot. Support from her forward teammates is there already. Down the near side we come with the Gryphons.
Fourth pod.
They're going to set up for their fifth pod here. And out the backs, they're going to release the backs. No. The standoff taking it into contact.
Penalty advantage to Guelph. They got a free one.
That's for offside. Flooding the left side of the field. The referee's not having it. We're coming back offside. Quick tap and go from the Gryphons.
Just noticing as well in the light that the rain has started to come down here a little bit, starting to come into the face of the Gryphons, so they don't want to see that in the last 15 minutes of the game for sure. But that's the weather conditions. We've got to live with it. Again, back to the forwards. They're slowly making some progression.
These are hard yards. These are painfully hard yards.
Yeah.
Every hit Laval not rolling away. Quick tap and go from the Gryphons. They're 15 meters out from the try line now.
They're certainly applying the pressure wherever they can. They're giving it their all. Not necessarily making any headway just yet, but they're trying. A little scrappy.
Ball squirts loose. I think the Gryphons players gathered it back up.
Another penalty. I wouldn't be surprised if the referee stops it here, Chris, and has a conversation.
First, we're playing advantage. Gryphons have gotten through the back line, looking to move it out. The referee's still playing advantage. We're going to be coming back if this doesn't result in a try. Gryphons hammering away. They're down to within 5 meters now. Back to the left side of the field they play. That's close to the try line.
Oh, just over the pushback.
Back by Laval. Gryphons are moving it down the right side of the field now.
It's on wide here. There's an overlap. They didn't get it out. No. Laval quickly get reset.
More hard tackles in close. Gryphons have bodies lined up. This is a war of attrition. Laval players over top of that ball.
Finally.
Nope. Referee's going to bring it back. There's the double whistle.
Yeah.
Let me see if he's reaching for his pocket.
I believe he is.
He's definitely going to tell the Gryphons to get ready at 5 meters, and he's going to talk to the Laval captain. There's the conversation. I think there's a warning only.
So what we're seeing here, everybody from who's watching on the TV, is the referee has seen 3 what he calls professional fouls in a series of 4 or 5 minutes, and has stopped the game to have a word with the Laval team to say no more. And if it happens one more time, he'll probably go to his pocket and pull out a yellow card. And
Gryphons elect to go with a tap and go, and they're hitting it up again as hard as they can, looking for a quick try. Laval standing firm in their defense. Great drive back tackle. Gryphons still with possession. Strong defense from Laval.
Gryphons are giving it everything they've got right now.
And Laval keeps driving them back. We're now 20 meters away from the try line.
We have a player down. The ATs are going onto the field.
Yeah, it's one of the Gryphons players too, so that's going to hurt their numbers.
Recycling it yet again. As you said a couple of moments ago, Chris, this is certainly now becoming a game of attrition, war of attrition for these two teams. Nobody's giving an inch.
Gryphons trying to attack with 14 players. Laval keeping as many people out of the ruck as they can, so they've got numbers on defense.
This is some real good standard of rugby. It's tough. It's hard. These players, well done. Look.
Gryphons trying to run it wide on the left side, just not able to turn the corner. Laval getting there in numbers, swarming to hit that defense. Now they're going to pour into counter ruck. As soon as they see they haven't won it, and they have. Knock on from the Gryphons, enough of that pressure. Laval are going to have to put in. I can see subs coming onto the field right now, 1 for each team.
Referee has stopped his watch, stopped the game, allowing the injured player to have some medical attention. Again, rugby is a contact sport, and we want to make sure that the players, if they do indeed go down with an injury, have the opportunity to have that injury looked at and make sure that nothing too serious occurs.
Just seeing a higher level of attention to that injury than perhaps we've seen in the past. We don't want to speculate on things.
Player hasn't really moved. She's on her left side.
Julie, in these sorts of situations, as a team gathers back together, what are they talking about to maintain their focus here?
I can imagine they're highlighting on what's going really, really well, and a lot of respect to both of these teams. So much vigor and aggression, especially in the last few minutes. We've seen such a battle. I can imagine they're taking some deep breaths. Of course, Laval has a lot to say about a 27 points on the scoreboard, whereas Guelph is probably a little more disappointed with the 8 they have up there.
Guelph player has gotten to her feet, and she's being, helped off the field.
This is good to see.
Yeah, a little bit of a hobble. Looks like it's a lower body injury, the ubiquitous term, either an ankle, a knee, or a hip. But the fact that she's helping to get herself off the field is definitely a good sign. Clear sign of how hard hitting we're seeing this game being played out there right now.
Chris, you were correct that we just saw a couple of subs come on. One for each team just before the stoppage.
Yeah, and that'll be an interesting opportunity for these teams to finish off this game.
Let's have the Vanier Cup promo. CBC TV is your home for the 2022 Canada Life Vanier Cup from London, Ontario. Catch the best in university football action Saturday, November the 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on CBC TV, CBC Gem, and cbcsports.ca.
Well said, Keith. Julia, if you want to get in on the action on doing these promos, you let us know and we'll fire you up one.
Thank you so much.
All right. So these teams are getting set for a scrum. An awkward 2-minute break. Concerned about your teammate, wanting to refocus, and now they're going to play to finish this game as we enter the last 10 minutes. If Guelph can take advantage of this opportunity and get one across the line, that could change the tenor of the last 10 minutes of this game.
So the tempo was certainly in the Guelph favor. The stoppage has probably taken some of the momentum out of the wind out of their sail. It'll be interesting to see if they can get it back again.
I think Laval's going back to playing 10 persons rugby here. I'm not sure this ball is going to make it out wide to the wingers. There's the counterattack. They want to play this game at the other end of the field. Nice kick. It just bounced into touch. Clear across the Gryphons half. Never a fun thing to run backwards as a forward. And that's exactly what Laval just made the Guelph Gryphons do.
It's not a bad strategy from Laval with only 10 minutes left in this game and a really great lead. I believe Laval won that line out though. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Gryphons won it.
Tough to see lineouts on the far side of the field, Julia. We make that mistake all the time. Welcome to our team. Gryphons looking to move the ball into the middle of the field, crashing it up, overloading that breakdown with 5 or 6 players, making sure they win the ball. Doing that again. Counter-attack from Laval has secured them the ball. Great work from and there's the kick through. Laval making it clear they want to play this game at the other end of the field. Gryphons have scrambled to pick up the ball. The red wall of Laval defense lining up, trudging back, then moving forward to make the tackle and realigning, bending and not breaking.
Forcing the Guelph team to really score a try here from their own 22.
Forcing them to kick it away, and that ball stayed in play. Here comes Laval. If they look to this corner, there's the kick. There's no fullback there. Laval swarming through to put pressure. Well scooped back. Oh no, awkwardly played. Kick through by Laval.
It's bobbling.
And that ball's come this side to Laval. And are they, referees indicating a penalty. Offside against Laval. The ball was knocked forward and then played. Gryphons escape and will be able to take the penalty and clear for touch here. Just heard the double blast of the referee's whistle, typically indicating subs, and here they come. Gryphons bringing on 4 players.
Laval 2.
And Laval bringing on 2. You can see Laval's number 8 leaving the field. Well, Laval's number 9 has left the field, so one of the subs has come on to take her place. So Corinne Frechette spending a good 63 minutes directing her team and making sure that the pass was made from the breakdown, and she did well today. Time's back on. Tap and go from the Guelph Gryphons.
Strong tackle there by Laval.
I think those tackle stats tomorrow are going to show a lot of sore bodies. Gryphons are going to have to kick, try to relieve some stress, and that didn't go where it wanted to go. Lucky bounce, and Gryphons have it again. It's one of the fresh players on the field.
Very lucky bounce for Guelph there.
Yeah, they've got numbers going left. They're going to want to recycle this ball quickly. Laval's pressure and defense is in fine form. They're coming up hard to put the pressure on. That's a knock on from the Gryphons. We'll come back. No advantage gained. It was a knock on both ways. We'll come back to the first knock on against Laval. All the way back to this side of the field. So the referee playing advantage. And the Gryphons will get to put the ball in at the scrum.
This has been a very intense game by both teams. Obviously coming to play. Obviously want to get to the final on Sunday. It's been intense. The quality of the rugby that we've been watching for the last 3 days, both on Wednesday and certainly today, Canada should be really proud about what we're seeing here. This is some great skill, great intensity, great levels of rugby. Big drive by Laval.
The power by Laval in this game is so impressive. In the rucks, in the scrums, their defensive wall is unstoppable.
2 more subs for Laval coming onto the field. Referee indicating a stop in time with that quick double blow of his whistle. Let the players settle in as we head into the final 5 minutes of this game. Stick with us, fans. There's one more game to come after this. The final in the day's action here from University of Victoria. We've got the Ottawa GGs and the Queens Gales. We'll be going at it in just a few moments.
Laval scrum, 8 pick, pass to the scrum half. Advantage being played by the referee. He didn't like something. So it's a free one for Laval. They've kicked it through. They've got their winger chasing. What's the bounce going to be? Just into touch.
The referee's going to bring it back for a penalty. Laval, about 20 meters out from the posts, has the choice. Do they want to kick for touch? Do they want to call a scrum? Do they want to try to snag 3 more points? And they're going to snag 3 more points if this kick is successful.
Yeah, probably the right decision. The game is over. The game is won for Laval. Probably just want to slow it down. Don't want to get any players injured because they now obviously have to recuperate for the next 24 hours or probably closer to 16 to 18 hours before they play again on Sunday. So again, we're in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. That's some good play. The game is already won. There's no need to risk any injury to any players. Use up 2 minutes on the clock. Go for the extra 3 points. $27 points to 8. Laval leading Guelph.
That's a well-taken kick.
Now 30 points to 8. Laval leading Guelph. The score doesn't quite show how close this game really was. It's been a great, entertaining game. Both sides gave their all. We're just seeing the closeout here. Guelph restart. Looks like it was straight in. Referee is given the option for a kick, re-kick, or a scrum. The Laval team have opted for a scrum.
And just so we can make sure everybody knows, that was Audrey Champagne, number 12 for Laval, with a penalty kick. Scrum at center. Laval to put the ball in. Guelph has spread their defense out as best they can. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a kick from Laval to see if they can send this ball back down inside the Guelph Gryphons 22.
Eight pick to the 9, to the outside center.
Chip through. That chip's gone straight into touch. Not what was planned. Guelph Gryphons will have the scrum on the Laval side of half, right on the far side of the field.
With this lead, Laval has the opportunity and the freedom to try different plays, kicks, chips, grubbers. So I respect that.
It's a rare opportunity in a game, but with the last few minutes and a strong lead, you do get to try a few of those plays that you otherwise wouldn't under the pressure of a game. So absolutely agree, Julia. Coaches also have to keep in mind that they're already in selection mode for the game on Sunday. And they need to, anybody carrying a niggly injury, they're going to want to pull off. And if they want to get somebody a chance to experience the game, they'll go for it. Scrambly play as we enter the last little bit. Referee is probably having a quick chat with his assistant referee. And we do have a final whistle as you see Laval celebrating their well-taken semifinal championship win.
So we'll be right back for the player of the game. Please don't go away.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Guelph number... Yes.
And we have Catherine Brain, Associate Director of Sport at UVic. Great play by Laval and Guelph today. Special shout out to number 12, Audrey Champagne on Laval, MVP of the game, as well as Guelph number 7, Feasby, who has been described as a defensive wrecking machine by Coach Colette McCauley.
Thank you, Julia. Those were great selections for our Nike Player of the Games. Keith, do you have any final comments as we look to wrap things up?
I think both teams played the hearts out today. The score line didn't quite do it justice. It was a very tight game. Really enjoyed the Laval discipline and how well they maintained their defensive nature. And all credit to Guelph. I mean, they came out to play, they came out to try, but they just couldn't break through the defensive strength of Laval. So great semi-final here, and congratulations to Val as they move on to the final on Sunday.
So our final score has just been taken off the scoreboard. Thank you for joining us tonight, folks. We will be right back in a few minutes with our final game of the day, the other semifinal of our championship match, featuring the Ottawa GGs and the Gales from Queens.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by Les Championnats U-Sport, une présentation de Fox 40, title partner of the U-Sports Coach of the Year Awards, fier partenaire des prix des entraîneurs de l'année U-Sport. Veraburn Medical Supply, exclusive sports medicine and medical supply partner of U-Sports, le partenaire exclusif de U-Sport en matière de médecine sportive et des fournitures médicales. Nike Team, exclusive performance apparel provider, just do it. Fier partenaire de U-Sport, faites-le. Baron, exclusive championship rings and recognition jewelry provider to U-Sports, le fournisseur officiel des bagues et bijoux commémoratifs des championnats U-Sport. Sport Canada, funding partners of U-Sports. Sport Canada, partenaire financier de U-Sport.